Thank you. Welcome, everyone, to this year's Talent Night. Thank you so much for your generous donations. The Council is proud to be offering the Union of Youth Scholarship once again. It's been a long, cold winter this year, so tonight the Council's goal is to warm all of your hearts with the light-hearted program we've put together. We have a fun and diverse program prepared for the evening, and we hope you enjoy watching it. The Council is having a great year so far, and thank you for all of your support in our endeavors. From the sleepover to planning the Christmas Eve program to participating in the Intercultural Talent Showcase, we've been having a lot of fun. But we've been extra busy this spring, especially now that festival planning is underway. Plans for the 71st Annual Union of Youth Festival have begun, and we have a lot of exciting news about the weekend, but you'll hear all about it later on tonight. We're looking forward to the event and hope that you are as well. As for tonight, however, we'll get on with the show. Research has proven that singing together creates happy people, and we want a happy crowd here tonight. So we'll sing together. Let's all rise and sing Gîte Vicilia, Life is Worth Living.
cousin and friend Selena Markin. Thank you for joining us this evening. Our hope is to send you all home in a great mood, uplifted and happy.
Our wonderful Sounds of the Heart Ladies Choir is first on our program. Most likely, we're all looking forward to spring and feeling the warm sunshine on our backs. We invite their melodious singing to warm our hearts tonight. Please welcome the Sounds in the Heart Ladies Choir.
Женский хор «Звуки сердец» порадует нас своими мелодичными песнями.
Good evening, everyone. We, the Sounds of the Heart Ladies Choir, are very happy to see you all here and would like to say thank you for the invitation to this event. An evening of music with family and friends sure does lift the spirits. We hope you enjoy our presentation. Our first song is Na razdolye nebes, in the expanse of the moonlit heavens, led by Elsie Campbell. На раздолье небес светит ярко луна, и листки серебрятся олив, дикой воли волна заходила волна, жемчугом убирая залив, дикой воли волна заходила волна, жемчугом убирая залив. Это чудная ночь и темна, и светла, и огонь разливает крови. Я мастику зажгла, я цветов нарвала, поспешай на свидание любви. Я мастику зажгла, я цветов нарвала, поспешай на свидание любви. Эта ночь пролетит, и замолкнет волна при сиянии бесстрастного дня, и заботы полна буду я холодна. Ты тогда не узнаешь меня, и заботы полна буду я холодна. Ты тогда не узнаешь меня. With all the snow and shoveling this past winter, I'm sure all of us are eager for spring to arrive. A poem by Ralph Waldo Emerson. For flowers that bloom about our feet, for tender grass so fresh, so sweet, For song of bird and hum of bee, for all things fair we hear or see. Father in heaven, we thank thee. For blue of stream and blue of sky, for pleasant shade of branches high, for fragrant air and cooling breeze, for beauty of the blooming trees. Father in heaven, we thank thee. The next song speaks of a young maiden who sings a song for her suitor, asking if she is to blame, when her song makes his heart heave with sadness. Vinavata Liya, led by Vera Podmarov.
Виновата ли я, что мой голос дрожал, когда слушал он песню мою и смотрел на меня и глубоко вздыхал и томил только душу свою, что ему полюбилась та песня моя. Виновата ли в этом я, что ему полюбилась та песня моя. Виновата ли в этом я? Виновата ли я, что случайно в потьмах я склонилась ему на плечо? В тот же миг на моих, на закрытых устах поцелуй прозвучал горячо, что ему поцелуй возвратила, шутя. Виновата ли в этом я, что ему поцелуй возвратила, шутя. Виновата ли в этом я? Виновата ли я, что он после того всюду следовал тенью за мной, что наскучило мне посещения его, когда мне подвернулся другой, что погиб он вдали, укоряя меня. Виновата ли в этом я, что погиб он вдали, укоряя меня? Виновата ли в этом я?
We conclude with a folk song, which some of us might remember from our younger days. Где ж эти лунные ночи? Where are those moonlit nights when the nightingale sang so sweetly? Led by Edna Safrakin.
Где же эти лунной ночи? Часто где пел соловей, где же эти карие очи? Кто их ласкает теперь? Где же эти карие очи? Кто их ласкает теперь? Летнюю порою бывало, выйду я в сад погулять, ночка еще не настала, буду я милого ждать, ночка еще не настала, буду я милого ждать. Жду я его, не дождуся, наверно, не любит меня, наверно, он любит другую, как несчастливая я. Наверно, он любит другую, как несчастливая я. Слышу, шаги раздаются, наверно, мой милый идет. Быстро навстречу помчуся и расцелую его. Быстро навстречу помчуся и расцелую его. Тут уж пойдут разговоры, тут уж пойдет болтовня. Вспомнятся прежние встречи, встречи, конечно, любя. Вспомнятся прежние встречи, встречи, конечно, любя. Годы пройдут за годами, старость покроет лицо. Вот я зальюсь слезами, нет, не забуду его. Вот я зальюсь слезами, нет, не забуду его.
We wish everyone good health and a wonderful spring. Спасибо.
Thank you, ladies. Your harmonious togetherness definitely shone through.
Спасибо вам за прекрасное пение. Hey, Selena, did you ever read the Iskra? There's some neat articles in here.
Yes, actually, my friend Talia's mom, Leah Boje, does the Iskrika section. The February edition had some funny things that kids aged 5 to 10 say about love and marriage. Here's some of them. From a 7-year-old boy, if falling in love is anything like learning how to spell, I don't want to do it. It takes too long. A 9-year-old girl, Anita, says, when somebody's been dating him for a while, the boy might propose to the girl. He says to her, I'll take you for a whole life, or at least until we have kids and get divorced.
Oh, and hear this one. From an 8-year-old. Love will find you, even if you're trying to hide from it. I have been trying to hide from it since I was 5, but the girls keep finding me. And here's what another one says. I think you're supposed to get shot with an arrow or something, but the rest of it isn't supposed to be so painful.
And Victor, doesn't your mama also work for Iskra? That's really neat. And now, She is also the receptionist here at the BCC office. Speaking of your mama, мы рады приветствовать Ирину Релкову. Она выступит для нас со своей песней.
I'm so thrilled to introduce you to my very own mama, Irina Relkov, to share a song with us.
Hello. Come on. It's always mic's not working with me. Turning on. Press on. It's blink and it's not working. Okay, maybe I should grab the red one. Girls, can you give me red mic, please? It's working. Oh, it's working. Oh, hello. No? No, no, it's this one. Should I put it on hold? No kidding. Oh.
Okay, try that one.
Yeah. Okay. I'm doing something wrong, I guess.
Let's see, я с тобой постараюсь.
Давай.
Два ума лучше? We'll see.
Одна голова хорошо, а две лучше.
There we go.
О, спасибо.
Yay!
Вечер. Добрый вечер. I would like to sing us. Oh, спасибо. I would like to sing us one of my favorite songs for you that I sung a couple of years ago, and yeah. Deep breath and music, please. Уставшая душа
Thank you, Chota Ida, for sharing a glimpse of your heart with us. У каждого их нас есть талант. Спасибо тебе, Chota Ida, за твой. And now, a unique treat. We invite Kita and Riley to interview some very special Doukhobor influencers. Let's hear about their activities in our Russian and Doukhobor community.
Hi, welcome to our question panel. We have some questions that we're going to ask these lovely folks tonight. So, Ren, it feels like I haven't been to a youth council meeting in like a month. What kind of festival planning has been going on?
Well, Riley, we have missed you, but we've really been quite busy. We've been planning and planning and planning for this event. We've put a lot of thought into the theme, and we're thinking about running with something like exploring our roots, culturally and spiritually. We think it's really valuable this year and that it has a lot of meaning to the group that is deciding on the theme.
Well, that sounds really nice. So, Victor, I heard that last summer you were working at Varigan's Memorial Park. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
So, can you tell me a little bit about the types of tasks that you were doing while you were working as a tour guide there?
Some of the tasks were included lawn care and cleaning and mopping the floors inside of the building and the washrooms. And most importantly, the roses, clipping the roses. That was the most important part of the whole job.
That sounds like some pretty important work. Thank you.
Hi, Benny.
Hi.
I remember the days when you used to teach me in the Russian program.
I remember those days too.
How long have you been involved with the Russian program?
Well, I've been with the Russian program since the beginning of my teaching career. I became a teacher. I was still pregnant. I was really quite pregnant, with Annika, and that was she's now 16 years old. 16 years old. So it's been a long time.
And what grade do you teach?
Well, this year I teach grade 3 and grade 4. It's a split class. And I also teach the senior grade 7s, grade 6s, and a few grade 5s.
Wow, that's pretty impressive. So, Ren, has festival planning begun?
Yes. Aside from the theme, we've put a lot of work into it. And one of the special surprises that we have for you this year is a social event. So, on the Saturday afternoon, we're pleased to be offering some tours of the grounds and some walking tours to the suspension bridge, as well as some walking tours of Bergen Memorial Park.
Wow, that sounds great. I hope everyone comes. Victor, what was the most surprising part of the summer?
The most surprising part of the summer was ice cream from Mom. Thank you, Mom. The most surprising part was probably the close encounter with the bear.
The bear?
Yeah.
Wow, that sounds terrifying. Did you get a lot of visitors?
We got quite a few visitors over the summer. I do believe probably at least 20 per week. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Where were they from?
Most of them were locals. Some came from the United States. There was a few Ukrainians from the Ukraine, and surprising, there was some Switzerland people from Switzerland. Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Penny, can you tell us about your most memorable teaching experience?
Well, you know, Riley, teaching is an experience every day. There's always ups and downs and lots of laughs and sometimes tears, my own. And but I have to say, probably the most memorable thing was not a moment. It was a whole weekend. It was 4 days. A few years ago, we went to San Francisco with my grade 7 class, and I think there's a few people in this audience that remember that trip. It was quite unforgettable. Lots of fun. We saw lots in San Francisco. We went to the Russian festival there. That was the whole point. We did a lot of dancing. We did a lot of touring. It was really fun to see the kids who'd never been in the city before. They were hanging on the buses while the bus was lurching forward, and really were hanging on tight, and it was lots of fun. But beyond how exciting San Francisco was, it was the trip home that was even most memorable. Once we finally landed in Spokane to a really horrible snowstorm, and the snow was coming down, and we hadn't slept in 4 days, and we were delirious, and driving all the way to Colville, everyone was just laughing and laughing and laughing. And then there was an incident where we had to stop laughing because somebody, and I won't mention any names, took off their socks. And we had to hold our noses. They were horrible. It was just horrible. It was like, but very memorable, very memorable. And then of course we got to Colville, and we were so tired and all that that we opened the door, and we just literally someone fell out of the car, and the laughs just kept going on and on. It was quite funny, and it's a memory I'll cherish forever and ever.
Well, that sounds amazing. If I had a time machine, I'd go back and be in your class because we never did anything like that.
It was a good time. It was a good time.
We heard the Russian language program is having an upcoming event. Could you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, 7 days from today, so on Saturday of next week, we're having a big concert with all the students from kindergarten through grade 7. We'll have some high school participation as well. We're looking forward to that. It's at 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock, because we have young kids who need to have a nap before they come to the concert, and can't stay up too late. So 6 o'clock start. And it's probably going to be about an hour and a half, I would say. But since our last concert, Kira, we have had major retirements in our Russian program. So we are also going to honor the retirees that have happened since the last concert, and they are big ones. There's 4 of them. So 4 people have retired from the Russian program.
Wow.
And we're going to honor them. So we think it's going to be a lot of fun to recognize their hard work.
Perfect. Thank you so much, all of our beautiful, awesome Doukhobor influencers.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. It's a real honor to be up here with such young influencers.
Wave.
Oh,
It's
at
at Brilliant.
It's here. It's here. Sorry, my mistake. Yep. In Brilliant. I missed that piece of information. Oh my God.
Большое вам спасибо. Wow, what great Doukhobor influencers. We learned firsthand about all that you do. Thank you. The more hands working together, the better. And so, just as Chotaveni mentioned, everyone is invited to the Russian Spring Concert, celebrating 35 years, next Saturday, March 10th, here at Brilliant, starting at 6 p.m. Come on out and support the Russian language program. Entry is by donation. And now, we would like to draw your attention to the screen. Hmm. So, Victor, you and I will be 49 years old in 2050.
Wow, that's a lot to think about.
So, what steps do we need to take now to ensure our future?
А теперь мы приглашаем на эту сцену Ивана Ивановича Веригина, нашего исполнительного директора Союза духовных общин Христа. Мы очень уважаем вас, дядя Иван, Ваня, за вашу преданность и посвящение нашему сообществу. И мы благодарим, что вы сегодня с нами. Thank you, JJ.
JJ Verrigan, our USCC Executive Director, always inspires us with his dedication and leadership. His commitment to our community is unparalleled by no other. We are honored by his presence here tonight and invite him onto the stage to share a few words with us. Welcome.
Благодарим вас, Selina and Vita. Thank you for the nice introduction. I cannot compete with our influencers and their talking with their hands, but we will try. Дорогие братья и сестры, первоначально позвольте мне передать вам привет из наших гранфоркских братьев и сестер и от моей мамы тоже. So yes, that was a nice start to this talent night. Actually, two of the songs that were performed were very close to our hearts because we're going to be singing them at our talent night in Grand Forks in April. So that's going to be nice, and we're hoping to see some of you there as well. I know that there are some choirs from here that are going to be visiting, and we hope to have as much fun there as we're going to have here tonight. Yes, it's been a long winter, huh? I don't know, coming up from Grand Forks today, up to Paulson Bridge, the roads were nice and dry, the sun was shining, and then when I got over to Paulson, do you guys have road cleaners here in the Kootenays? I shouldn't come down, what is it? Is it MCON here as well? I'm not sure the company, but boy, were they a mess. So drive carefully, everyone. Spring, the time of laughter, the time of love. And there's a lot of good things happening this spring. You've heard about some of them already. We're looking forward to International Women's Day on March 8th. И сестры, вы никогда не виноваты. So Elsie, your choir, you sang beautifully, and yes, women are never to blame. It was a nice performance. Elsie and her choir, together with others, are going to be traveling to Princeton later this summer to take part in the talent night out there. So good luck on that trip. And also, out of deference to our women folk, we're still going to carry on with our pierogi bake this spring. And I believe the date of that is April 8th. So, us men are looking forward to serving you women again this year and carrying on that fine tradition that was started by our brother Fred, and it will continue. We can't let that drop. We have to keep on doing that. So that's nice. There's also, I believe there's that tragedy that happened down in Florida. I can't give any hard information, but I believe that there are some women that are organizing a walk here in Castlegar on March 14th, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe other people know more about that. Uh, and finally, of course, what many of us, a lot of us, gear up for is the Union of Youth Festival in May. And you've heard a little bit of a preview with some of the comments from up on stage here and that visual. And that's what I want to conclude with. We last year celebrated the 70th Annual Union of Youth Festival. And again, much thanks to our Union of Youth Council, Ren, our chair, all of her brothers and sisters on council, and all of you, many of you here in the audience. And we're looking forward to a fresh beginning after these 70 years. I know that for the last 70 years, many of you here in the audience, some of you a little bit maybe even older than me, have been participating in these festivals. And I'm so proud and pleased to see younger people stepping into positions of responsibility. And as you saw on the screen, some of our young people are organizing an event, and they're requesting proposals from you, the public, as to what our life concept, our heritage, our purpose in life, what is all that going to look like in the year 2050? Some of you are aware that our benefactor, Lev Nikolaevich Tolstoy, called us people of the 25th century. That's a pretty awesome compliment that he paid to our predke. And some of us still hold on to those ideals, recognizing that they have to change with the time. But the basis remains the same. And what's that basis? Peace, love, harmony, empathy, and compassion in our world. I'm just so proud of our people for the role they have been playing. Not too long ago, we held a fundraiser here in support of refugee families that are being settled here in the Kootenays. Sometimes when we look out at that world around us, we just have to shake our heads. And especially this last week, I'm still shaking my head. I'm not sure if I'm watching the news or comedy sometimes on TV. Nonetheless, don't let it get you down. We have an amazing amount of talent here in our community. We have an amazing amount of energy. And we have young people that are willing to drive us into the future. And so, on that note, I want to again thank our Union of Youth Council, our MCs Selena and Vita, and all of you who've worked hard to put on this talent night. And we're looking forward to singing with the men. And we are going to invite all of you to come to Talent Night in Grand Forks in April. Until then, folks, keep on singing, keep on smiling, melt that snow.
Thank you so much, JJ, for hopeful and inspiring thoughts.
Спасибо, дядя Джей Джей, за то, что вы всегда поддерживаете нас своими воодушевленным словом. Мы очень тебя любим.
Music has been known to build an emotional bond between people. So singing in a group actually brings people closer together. And it brings some unity in community. And it makes us feel good.
Tonight, we invite you all to join in on some light-hearted congregational singing, with accordion accompaniment by Nick Plotnikov.
Is this mic? Oh, great. So while Nick is getting set up here, I just thought I'd mention this. We have congregational singing always. That's our total tradition. This time we thought we'd throw in a twist to try to take us back to maybe our kitchen setting or living room settings way back when you'd gather with all your friends. And something I came across on Facebook this week, something to think about. It said, "What would your life be like if you woke up one day to discover that you only got to keep that which you have given thanks for? You can only keep that which you are grateful for." And so, if you look around, this is community, this is friends, and this is family. So I sure want to give thanks for what we have as a community. So take a moment, look to the neighbor next to you, say hello, because we are family. Say hello. So the one interesting thing that might take place is that we might not keep in time. So we have to just watch our timing and listen to Nick. And so our first song is taking us back, a classic Russian song, "Подмосковные вечера." And maybe let's all hop on your feet. Are you ready for a stretch? We're going to do You Are My Sunshine. You're not standing? Yeah, come on. And one more, Barinya. So this one is always such an interesting one. Very catchy if you don't know it, but plant a turnip. Turns out the mother-in-law is the thief. Crazy story. But Ida changed the ending, so see if you like it. Right. Do you guys want to stand? Oh, do you want us to stand? Okay, thanks everyone. Finally, you don't only get to watch, you had to work for it today. Thanks.
participating. That was so much fun.
And now, once again, we are privileged to have Ida Relkov share her beautiful voice with us.
Easy now. My heart not pounding anymore. Huh? Yeah. I just, because of coming March 8th, International Women's Day, в России мы говорим праздник 8 марта или женский день. И, of course, как сказал Джей, женщина всегда права. Да, солидарность, я не слышу. And a couple jokes about this. It's a Russian joke, so it's not about you, man. No. Говорят, что деньги портят мужчину. Money is ruined man. That's why, поэтому рядом должна быть женщина, чтобы снять порчу. To take this heavy weight from him. And я думаю, что любой мужчина в России, в Африке, в Америке, в Канаде, в Касалгаре знает, что полная сковородка кормит, а пустая воспитывает. Ну, до такого у нас еще, конечно, не дошло. А теперь я спою пару песен народные. Как вы любите. Музыку, пожалуйста. Ромашки спрятали, поникли лютики. Словно замерло все до рассвета, дверь не скрипнет, не вспыхнет огонь. Только слышно на улице где-то одинокая бродит гармонь. Только слышно на улице где-то одинокая бродит гармонь. То пойдет на поля за ворота, то обратно вернется опять, словно ищет в потемках кого-то и не может никак отыскать. Словно ищет в потемках кого-то и не может никак отыскать. Веет с поля ночная прохлада, с яблонь свет облетает густой. Ты признайся, кого тебе надо, ты скажи, гармонист дорогой. Ты признайся, кого тебе надо, ты скажи, гармонист дорогой. Может, радость твоя недалека, да не знаешь, его ли ты ждешь? Что ж ты бродишь всю ночь одиноко? Что ж ты девушкам спать не даешь? Что ж ты бродишь всю ночь одиноко? Что ж ты девушкам спать не даешь? Ла-ла-ла-ла-ла-ла. Спасибо, дорогие.
Wow, Irina, that was amazing. Thank you so much for sharing.
Спасибо, мамочка. Твое пение было, как всегда, прекрасным. Not only do our ladies have the ability to mesmerize us with their cultural vocal selections, the guys are pretty chill too. They too have the ability to show us that vocal singing is music, and music is life. Why else would our hearts have beats? Мы с радостью представляем вашему вниманию наших магистров, Кутнейский мужской хор.
We welcome the accomplished men of the Kootenai Men's Choir and look forward to their rich program they have prepared for us tonight.
Well, we are the Doukhobor Men's Choir, and we have Nick Blotnikoff, of course, is going to make, and of course we have our prize, Elsie. Elsie's objective was to get this Doukhobor men to smile and to act more like Irina that just did this, have some action. So you'll watch her success today. So, is there anyone in the room still excited about the prospect of more snow? Yeah, enough. Our first hymn, The Roaring Wind and Shouting Rain, that's the way I translate it, is a direct translation of the Russian ballad, Revela Burya do Shumel, led by Sarge Strelap.
Ревела буря, дождь шумел, во мраке молнии сверкали, не беспрерывно гром гремел, и ветры дебра бушевали, и беспрерывно гром гремел, и властью дышу. В стране суровой и угрюмой, на диком бреге дыша, сидел Ермак, объятый думой, на диком бреге дыша, сидел Ермак, объятый думой. Товарищи его труду, победы, гром звучной славы, среди раскинутых шатров, беспечно спали средь дубравы, среди раскинутых шатров, беспечно спали средь дубравы. Носились тучи гром гремел, и молнии его сверкали, и гром далее еще гремел, и ветры в дебрах бушевали, и гром далее еще гремел, и ветры в дебрах бушевали.
Well, that was the thunder. Now, this may be an inappropriate story with International Women's Day coming March the 8th, but humor is there even though there is no International Men's Day to follow. At Sunday school, they were teaching how God created everything, including human beings. Little Johnny, it's a Johnny joke, seemed especially intent when they told him how Eve was created out of one of Adam's ribs. Later in the week, his mother noticed him lying down as though he were ill. And she said, "Johnny, what is the matter?" Little Johnny responded, "I have a pain in my side. I think I'm going to have a wife." I'm sorry. Our choir will resort to a love song now. She hears his persuasive promises, but cautions him that she expects a very serious suitor. Our song, "My Handsome Man," is translated "Krasna Baite Moi," outlines a maiden's terms and conditions for a true love, and not just a cheap love affair. Walter Perbalkin.
Бог любит так страстно, как я люблю тебя, но я вздыхал напрасно, томил, крушил себе, но я вздыхал напрасно, томил, крушил себе. Любил, не был любимым, несчастье моему, увы, насильно мило не будешь никому. I slavim za ciemny nie lubi, ni wesel, ni zabawin mamun, kого Христи, ни весел, ни забавин mamun, kого Христи. Простого сердца чувства для света ничего, как надо мной искусства, но я не знал его. Как надо мной искусства, но я не знал его. Я плакал, ты смеялась, шутила надо мной, моей ты забавлялась сердечною тоской, моей ты забавлялась сердечною тоской.
It's a good thing it's a talent night because the MC obviously is not that talented, see? But we'll sing it next time. An old woman walked up, and before I really carry on with this, I want to say I take a little apology because it takes place in our neighboring country where guns are the norm. It is an exceptional moral, of course, and no Doukhobor would ever be in a scene like this, but here it goes. An old woman walked up and tied her old mule to the hitching post. As she stood there, brushing some of the dust off her face and clothes, a young gunslinger stepped out of the saloon with a gun in one hand and a bottle of whiskey in the other, and the young gunslinger looked at the old lady and laughed. "Hey, old woman, have you ever danced?" The old woman looked up, gunslinger, and said, "No, never did dance. Never really wanted to." A crowd had gathered as the gunslinger grinned and said, "Well, old bag, you're going to dance now," and started shooting at the woman's feet. The old woman prospector, not wanting to get her toe blown out, started hopping around. Everybody was laughing, and when the last bullet had been fired, the young gunslinger, still laughing, holstered his gun and turned around to go back in the saloon. We have a tough time with these things. The old woman turned to her pack mule, pulled out a double-barreled shotgun and cock-full hammers. They all carried clearly through the desert air, and the crowd stopped laughing immediately. The young gunslinger heard the sounds too, and he turned around very slowly. The silence was almost deafening. The crowd watched as the young gunman stared at the old woman and the large gaping holes of her two barrels. The barrels of the shotgun never wavered in the old woman's hand. She quietly said, "Son, have you ever kissed a mule's behind?" The gunslinger swallowed hard, said, "No, ma'am, but I've always wanted to." So there are 5 lessons here for all of us. Never be arrogant. Don't waste ammunition. Whiskey makes you think you're smarter than you are. Always make sure you know who has the power. And don't mess with old people. They'll get you because they didn't get old because they're stupid. So, we'll go back to the song I announced before.
Krasnabajte moj, udaloj mi tvoj, krasna pjesenje tvoja, dani vjeruja. Krasna pjesenje tvoja, dani vjeruja. Ты ее поешь, уж не первый раз, ты своей зовешь ненаглядною, ты своей зовешь ненаглядною. Много звезд на небе ярко светится, многие ты сулишь свое счастье. Многие ты сулишь свое счастье. Сердце женское, неспокойная, как любить оно сильно просится, как любить оно сильно просится. Но моя любовь не дешевая, древние любить целые мир забыть, древние любить целые мир забыть. Что ты думаешь, что не силая для тебя одной целый мир забыть, для тебя одной целый мир забыть.
You see, Elsie was successful. We smiled a little bit, didn't we? Give us a hand, guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much to our Kootenai men. We are so grateful for your commitment and dedication. Well, I sure hope you all bought a ticket for the Cultural Interpretive Society raffle. We welcome our CIS ladies. Please get your tickets out and get ready to hear the winning numbers.
Добрый вечер, братья и сестры. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This evening, it's my pleasure to represent the charity component of the USCC organization, the Cultural Interpretive Society, referred to as CIS. We, the volunteers, want to thank the Youth Council to once again allow us to use their forum to raise funds. We want to thank you, the participants in this raffle, for your financial support. The raffle tonight raised $286. Thank you. We will read out the prizes, and you could pick them up right where you bought your ticket. First one is the quilt. It's an orange ticket. 86611093. Orange one, last three digits, 093. Tea towel, embroidered set, bread, salt, and water. It's also an orange ticket, 141404. It's an orange ticket, 404. Next is an embroidered bag. It's the Brilliant Bridge, commemorating the restoration. It's also an orange ticket, 141378. Orange ticket 378. Hot pads and cookbook. It's a red ticket, 644510. Red ticket 510. Lace triangle scalloped shawl. It's a red ticket, 644415. A red ticket 415. An Afghan, a jewel. It's an orange ticket, 86600921. Orange ticket 921. Shawl cards. It's a package of 6. Red ticket 64444540. A red ticket 540. We have another bag, and spring has sprung with tulips. It's an orange ticket, 141405. Orange ticket 405. We have a striped toque with matching mitts and a cuddly teddy bear. It's an orange ticket, 866180. It's an orange ticket, 080. We have a woolen shawl. It's a red ticket, 64444397. Red ticket 397. And we have a surprise for you. We have peace t-shirts. We have 7 of them donated for this cause. And I'll read out the numbers. Orange ticket 141303. Orange 303. Red ticket 644408. Red 408. Orange ticket 8661-089. Orange 089. Red ticket 6444-385. Red 385. Red ticket 6444-517. Red ticket 517. Orange ticket 8661064. Orange 064. And the last one is an orange ticket as well. 1411371. Orange 371. Collect your gifts in the back. And again, thank you for your support. We appreciate it. Okay, girls. Get me out.
Thank you, CIS ladies, for contributing so much to our community. We now have even more local talent to share with you. We are so thrilled to present our friend Annika Sheveldave. We're excited to hear what she has prepared for us tonight. А теперь, дорогие друзья, мы приглашаем наш молодежный талант, нашу подругу Аника Шевельдеева.
Good evening, everybody. We're scooching. All right, so this evening I'm going to be singing my own version of Hallelujah, so I hope you guys enjoy it. Well, I've heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord, but you don't really care for music, do ya? It goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, and the major lift, the baffled king composing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Your faith was strong, but you needed proof. You saw her bathing on the roof, her beauty and the moonlight overthrew ya. She tied you to her kitchen chair. She broke your throat and she cut your hair, and from your lips she drew the hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Maybe there's a God above, but all I ever learned from love was how to shoot at someone who'd outdrew ya. And it's not a cry you can hear at night. It's not somebody who's seen the light. It's a cold and it's a broken hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
Veronika. Прекрасный выступление. Большое вам спасибо. Fashion is much more than clothes that depict the style of the time. Fashion is also a communal art which tells a story about people, their place in history, and their identity. To celebrate the rich heritage of Doukhobor textile arts and traditional clothing, we invite members of the USCC Union of Youth Council to bring you this fashion show featuring Doukhobor apparel. Welcome to our Doukhobor Textile and Fashion Show. On February 9th, 2018, just a few short weeks ago, our Youth Council presented the same show at the International Talent Showcase, held here at the BCC to celebrate international cultures and to also fundraise for local refugee families. Although many of us may know the Doukhobor history, we feel this would be a great refresher for all of us, so let's go back to our roots. In 1899, approximately 7,500 Doukhobors arrived on 4 huge shiploads to Halifax, Canada. They were forced to emigrate from Russia following their refusal to bear arms and serve in the military during the Tsarist regime in Russia. After they burned their firearms in June of 1895, they were severely persecuted and many were exiled. Fortunately, with the guidance and leadership of Peter Lordley-Verrigan and the sponsorship of prominent figures such as the famous Russian writer and humanitarian Leo Tolstoy, and also the British and American Quakers, they were able to find a haven and a refuge in Canada, which promised to allow them to live their own way of life. From Russia to Canada, Doukhobor fashion has traversed through distance, time, and cultural changes. Fashion has also played a huge role in identifying and enhancing Doukhobor culture. We will start by taking us way back to times in Russia. Chase Dushanev is wearing a burka, a black felt coat worn in the Caucasus in the late 1800s. This particular cloak was from 1892 and was specifically worn when riding horses. During poor weather, the cloak was wrapped around the saddle to protect the horse from chafing and getting road rash. It was also used to cover wagon loads when it was raining or snowing. The ankle-length felt cloak is almost circular in shape, although the Doukhobors themselves probably never made felt. It could have been obtained from the Turkish neighbors in the Caucasus. The hood, made of wool twill, also brought from Russia, has long front extensions to provide comfortable warmth when wrapped around the neck and the shoulders. It is possible that the cloak and the hoods were connected, particularly worn by men who served periods of exile in Siberia.
Photos show that upon their departure from Russia in 1899, women were attired in their best clothes. The outfits usually consisted of a shirt with a straight collar and long sleeves, and a colorful ankle-length skirt with quantities of extra fabric to add bulk to attain a fuller figure. A decorative apron was worn, and a warm jacket with padded sleeves vest, embellished with floral embroidery, completed the costume. The head covering was a high-crowned, close-fitting cap, which usually had a platok tied over it. Ren Shaman is dressed in samples of clothing from the turn of the century when Doukhobors first arrived in Canada, their new home. Victor Relkoff disembarks from the ship in 1899 in a blue cotton coat, hand-sewn from small fabric pieces. The coat is tied at the waist with a wool Russian sash. The sashes were originally worn with only winter coats. From Halifax to Saskatchewan, Doukhobors were not able to bring much on the freighters. So when they arrived on the open prairie, they had very little in the way of food or resources to start their new life.
To assist them during the first year of settlement, the Quakers, also known as the Society of Friends, collected $30,000, with which they purchased 3 train carloads of food. And they donated lots of food and clothing, such as wool and yarn, as well as items such as tea, leather, and lamps. From Montreal, supplies such as spinning wheels, looms, box stoves, and carving tools were sent by the Canadian Council of Women. Much such shipments continued from the Quakers, and carloads of dried fruit from interested friends in California aided in the vegetarian diet of the Doukhobors.
After Doukhobors moved to BC in 1908, they continued with spinning and weaving. Now they were able to grow their own flax, and because they lived near rivers where the soil was moist, they were able to prepare linen, the textile of choice for the summer. A very intricate process and an incredible amount of work went into making linen from flax. Jasper and Chase wear linen clothing. These are from the 1920s to the 1930s Doukhobor communal era. Women sewed this clothing on Singer Triddle sewing machines. Jasper wears a long-sleeved blouse with 3 top-stitched yoke tucks on each side, fall to open pleats at the waist. The skirt has a center box pleat with 2 side pleats on each side, and what adds to the fuller figure? 5 width panels of fabric and muslin lining at the waist. A typical colorful Russian shawl complements her outfit. Chase also wears an outfit of hand-woven linen. The straight leg pants with cuffs and a tailored jacket completes the ensemble.
Linen was primarily worn during the communal life era. Communal day-to-day activities included meal preparation, preserving, gardening, carpentry, blacksmith forging, bricklaying, and land clearing, to those happy times when the grandparents were babysitters, teachers, psychologists, and choir directors. During this era, grandparents were deeply respected and lived together with their families. And now, we will showcase a wedding outfit. Having met, courted, and fallen in love, a bride paid special attention to textiles for her wedding day. Up to the late 40s, women were dressed demurely in a simple skirt, blouse, and zanavyaska. Our lovely bride, Kira Stushnov, is wearing a bridal outfit transitioning this era. The apron, embellished with blue lace, is made from the same fabric as the skirt and blouse, and hand-embroidered fingering traditional shawl fastened with a brooch complements her wedding outfit. Gradually changes occurred, and various combinations of lace, taffeta, satin, brocade, organza, and embroidered nylon were included in the Doukhobor bride's choice of attire. As of the 1950s, white became the standard color for the wedding outfit. The zanavyaska gradually faded out of style.
Many Doukhobor choral groups emerged in the 1940s. As the Doukhobor choirs took on a leading role in the cultural programs, concerts, and performances, many choirs chose to sew outfits from the same fabric for the blouse as well as the skirt. They have transitioned from light polyester pastels to the Doukhobor suit Megan wears today. From the 1980s to the present day, a multitude of color choices and blouse patterns are chosen. Megan is wearing a platook hand-embroidered using cotton and silk threads and was fringed by hand. Victor is wearing a Kosovotka shirt white with a sash and store-bought pants. From the beginning of the Doukhobor attire, men wore these Kosovotki, and for several decades they stopped. Around the 1970s, these shirts were once again reintroduced and are still worn at certain cultural events in present day.
May all of our fashion models step out. Aside from Victor and Megan's modern attire, all of the other outfits came from the USCC Cultural Interpretive Society Archival Collection. Cultural prevention is a contemporary setting. Thank you so much, CIS, for your big vision. What is going on? Our fashion show was just ending, actually. What era did you come from? Okay. Well, you kind of remind me. I mean, years past, there were many people that dressed up and put a lot of work into talent nights and festivals. You kind of look like maybe you remind me of someone from 1999. Your hair looks a little different, longer maybe. Anyway, okay, thank you and welcome. We'll take you. At this time, in addition to our audition, we would like to introduce you to this year's USCC Union of Youth Council. This is the group. You can join the council too. Thank you so much, youth, for stepping forth to serve and lead our community and for representing us at the International Talent Showcase. We are so proud of you. Take a bow. Okay, now along with your new friend, you guys can step off. The backstage hands, you've been fantastic. Ren will close the curtain. Join us in the front. We'll take your attention to the screen where we'll see a clip. Dunya, right? Dunya. Okay, we're going to watch you on the clip right now. You'd have changed.
So this is what real love feels like. Oh my. Now do you understand? This is real, true love. Yes, that's right. So it was your serenading that won her heart.
Да, где же там серенада? У него был свой дом, своя корова, и этот Хорис обменял на кару новую. Сыграли нам свадьбу, сказали добрый час, и вот так и живем.
Like they say, в карман попало.
Ой, кумушки, голубушки, подружки мои, ой, ла-ли-ла, ли-ла-ли-ла-ли-ла-ли, ой, ла-ли-ла, ли-ла-ли-ла-ли-ла-ли, кумитесь, любите, любите меня, кумитесь, любите, любите меня, ой, ла-ли-ла, ли-ла-ли-ла-ли-ла-ли, ой, ла-ли-ла, ли-ла-ли-ла-ли-ла-ли. Подращицу зеленую положите меня, подращицу зеленую положите меня. Ой, ла-ли-ла, ли-ла-ли-ла-ли-ла-ли, ой, ла-ли-ла, ли-ла-ли-ла-ли-ла-ли. Дубровушка зеленая, не шуми надо мной, Дубровушка зеленая, не шуми надо мной. Ой, ла-ли-ла, ли-ла-ли-ла-ли-ла-ли, ой, ла-ли-ла, ли-ла-ли-ла-ли-ла-ли. Будешь шуметь, подрублю я тебя. Будешь шуметь, подрублю я тебя. Ой, ла-ли-ла, ли-ла-ли-ла-ли-ла-ли, ой, ла-ли-ла, ли-ла-ли-ла-ли-ла-ли. Ой, кумушки, голубушки, подружки мои, ой, кумушки, голубушки, подружки мои, ой, ла-ли-ла, ли-ла-ли-ла-ли-ла-ли, ой, ла-ли-ла.
car sure helped. And in the long run, true love has prevailed.
But the festival. Are you collecting tickets for the festival?
What? Довольно болтать!
We don't want to be late. It's 100 years for the Duke Boars, you know?
No, but those people at those doors are collecting them.
Вот, ну вот! Провозились все время с этими двумя дураками, а теперь места нет! Разбалакался дед коробец!
Come on, Donya, let's go.
Thank you. That was a clip from 1999. Dunya, as you can see, looks a little different than in that clip. The main reason why we brought you to the conclusion with that is that we wanted to honor some people amongst our midst in their community. Most recently, sadly, have passed and have left this earthly plane. Steve Maliff is one of them. He had a vision. That was it. Archiving. He videoed and recorded every event, and apparently Irene, their basement is full of these videos, DVDs. So we thought it was such a neat foresight that he had to preserve this for our use now. You know, kind of like a visionary. He had a vision, and individually he saw it through. He was a hard worker, and he contributed so much to this community, as well as the Russian language. He reinforced. We heard that there's a Russian program coming up next week. He was instrumental in preserving the Russian language and bringing it into the schools. So that is one pillar amongst our community that we thank, and the families for supporting him in order to be able to do that all those years. Another one is Fred Boje, who used to always sit up at the Sound and Lights over there. Again, one of those visionaries, the doers, did whatever you could to bring us to the next step, The clock that we look at is his hands and work. The curtain, you know, they had their hands in everything, bread making. So again, this is another person amongst our midst that gave so much for our benefit. So again, we want to thank these people. And we saw a lot of clips today about the future, Spirit Wrestlers 2050. We went back in time with the fashion show, so we saw kind of where we came from. And so maybe it's time for us to just stop and think, leading with the examples like Steve and Fred, is what can we do individually to move us forward, to keep progressing us forward. So, sorry to end on a bit of a solemn note, but we enjoyed the evening. Thank you all so much for attending. Thank you to the Youth Council. You did a fantastic job in organizing and putting on tonight. And may everyone please rise for the concluding song. We will sing Fall Gently, Peaceful Eventide. Пожалуйста, встаньте. Закроем наш концерт общим пением «Слети к нам тихий вечер». Спасибо.